Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis, updated commodities. We'll work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all of these topics and subjects, looking for potential investment opportunities and sharing those opportunities with everyone in the community. We do have a discount coupon code. It is discount as the coupon code to save yourself a little bit of money on the monthly membership to try it out, only for the first month, and a larger discount on the yearly membership. Let's dive in, take a look, see what's going on today. The dollar is on the upper rail here. Maybe breaking out, maybe not. We'll see. It is a rising wedge. Generally, rising wedges break downward. Every once in a while, they do break upward, but we're right on that resistance line. We'll see where we're going. If we break up, it's most likely going to be from interest rates going up, and they do look strong. So that's the dollar there. The relative strength indicator is what I call it, and it does look strong. The 2-year yield kind of breaking out here. We'll see if we can stay up here and continue to move on up. But we are on top of support now. We may go sideways for a little bit before moving higher, but it looks bullish at this exact moment. We would really need to push down and break lower for this to turn into a bearish setup. 10-year yields moving on up 0.6%. Momentum's moving on up. It looks good. We've broken the pattern to the upside. Up, 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 and away. 30-year yields the same as the 10-year. Up, 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 and away. It looks good, and we were up 0.44%. TYX, TNX ratio, we were down a little bit today, and we have been held down where the curve's inverted for TYX, TNX. This is the 30-year divided by the 10-year, and it's been held lower. Inverted curve. TLT bond prices selling off a little bit. Momentum is still to the downside for bond prices. So yields up, bond prices down, and that still looks to be the trend. 2 and 10-year yield, we came down a teeny bit today, but that still looks well to move up because of our big bullish candlestick that was created on Friday. And again, we'll see where this goes, but that looks like we're trying to turn here, turn upward to invert the curve, the 2 and 10 curve. Gold's down $35 an ounce. We're at this resistance line. We got some selling pressure. It is a bearish engulfing. We could see this pull on back or go sideways. Silver down 3.3. We're getting some selling pressure here, guys. Big selling pressure at these areas here. And that is a bearish engulfing, so we could sell off a little bit. Interest rates could have an impact here, and they've been cruising higher. Platinum also selling off 2.7%. It's not a bearish engulfing, but it's a pretty big down day today. And then palladium also selling off about 2%. Still has a bullish formation to move higher here in the short term. GDX down 1.6, GDXJ down 2.2, and SILJ down 3%. Getting some selling pressure here the past 2 trading sessions. Still looks all right. I wouldn't say this is going down. We've got these hammer candlesticks that we got today where people were buying it up towards the end of the day. So we're just getting volatility here. We'll see where it goes. I don't have a clear direction here. XE to gold ratio, super low, back to support. And this is incredibly low, guys. Such a good value down here of gold and silver mining companies in relationship to gold. Crude oil ripping today, up 2.8%. Up over $78 now, $78.72. We have broken out of the pattern to the upside, and we'll see how much momentum this thing can generate. I don't know if we're going to go straight on up, but it's looking bullish. We've broken out of the pattern, and I'm going to remain bullish. TTF gas up 7.3%, looking good within the channel and continuing higher. Natural gas down 1.86, probably doing a retest here. So we kind of broke out, we ran, and then we came back and retested the big structure. Big structure is this guy here, this downward channel. We've got a selling pressure Every time we've gotten there, we're getting a little bit of selling pressure there. So that's resistance. We're trying to break through it, and we'll see if we can pump higher. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, coming up and hitting resistance here, right? That resistance, that trend line, is the big neck of this trend line going across here. So we've come down, we've come back up, and we're right at resistance. Usually when we break through resistance, you'll see a big fat green candlestick. And I don't know if it's going to happen the next trading day. Don't get too anxious. But we're at resistance. We could go sideways and then break, or we could break right through it. But generally, when it breaks, we get a big candlestick. A lot of rotation of money comes in. OIH up 2%. It's holding on. Surprising selling pressure day on Friday there. But it's holding on today up 2%. That's pretty good. We'll see where this thing actually ends up going here. Newcastle Coal Futures heading higher, 0.4%. It's trying to probably turn somewhere in this general area that we're at. With natural gas going up, coal will most likely follow. Just be patient, guys. And remember, just because nat gas goes up a day or two, what people want to see is they want to see trends being broken. They want to see the highs make newer highs and the lows make higher lows. They want to see a trend. It takes some time to establish a new trend. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust up 1.4%. Looking like it's going to try to work its way on up, getting a nice little bullish engulfing today. We're still in the big flag pattern. Patience, guys. It will come. Don't get too impatient. Uranium up 0.6%, still inside the pattern, and still looks good for a potential move higher. And it could come out of nowhere and rip. We're seeing inflation come back with fertilizers and oil. It's probably coming. Patience. URA down slightly, right on support. There we are. We've got URNM down slightly, a little bit of support going across, and URNJ down slightly too. It's coming. Whenever you get these big green days like this, and then you get all these small candlesticks within it, generally you hit the bottom here, which we did, and that can be a base to jump from. That doesn't look too bad there. Copper heading upward, nice little bullish engulfing there right underneath resistance. We could do a little bit of rippy out of here. If we rip out of here, basically we have the whole commodity complex ripping higher. Oil, fertilizers, copper, agriculture, etc., etc. So copper could be ripping here any second. COPX, it was down slightly today. We'll see if this is an inverted flag or not. We'd like to see some big green candlesticks show up. Iron ore up slightly. We are squeezing an iron ore, guys. This thing could launch at any time. It looks good. If we're starting to get positive signals across the board in copper, if copper breaks out, this is one to watch. And again, I've got iron ore options on the website of what I like. I mean, you can directly message me or whatever and see what looks good. Aluminum tracking sideways underneath resistance, still inside that channel, but we were up a little bit. Nickel, similar situation. We're up a little bit today, and we're trying to put in a double bottom here. We'll see how successful that is. And if copper breaks out, maybe nickel can get some momentum. Mu, which is agriculture, we're getting a big green candlestick here. Money's starting to flow in. I do think that this is going to work its way on up. We've got the falling wedge here, but we got this delay here. So this is the falling wedge. We broke out. We got a little bit of maybe tax loss selling in December because this was a down year. So we'll see if we can turn it here. Emerging markets down slightly. We did have a stronger dollar and higher yields, and we're back basically on top of support. KRE up 1.5. We're at support back here. We'll see if it holds. It is a bullish engulfing. It does look good to go higher, or at least try to. CAN down 1.2. Stronger dollar, stronger yields. We do have a little bit of a trend line going there, potentially doing a back test. Lithium up 1.9%. Looks like it's trying to bottom. We do have a bullish engulfing here. And another one that showed up. I think we're going up. So this looks bullish for lithium. Rare earth metals also getting a bullish engulfing. Looks good to go higher. We could see this all start to move on up. And this has broken its long-term downtrend. So it broke the downtrend, did a retest, and we are going to start to probably fly higher in rare earth metals. Baltic Dry Index, this hasn't updated, but we did have an 8% update. I do think this is going to put in a bottom here and start to work its way on up. I'm also seeing some bottoms in some of the companies. XHB up 1.5%, surprisingly. Putting in a bullish engulfing, we could head higher here. I know, it's weird, but that's a bullish candlestick that we got today. We do have a more bearish setup on a longer term setup here in a rising wedge and a breakout down. So this could be a return to the move breakout before heading over. It could be. Russell 2000 up. Momentum is still down though. It could be a reversal candlestick. We'll see if there's follow through tomorrow. The S&P 500 also getting some buying pressure here earlier. If interest rates continue to go up, it's going to be pressure on S&P and NASDAQ. If rates start to turn and head lower and the dollar rolls over, this still could be hanging on, going sideways or higher under those conditions. NASDAQ down slightly, down 0.4%. SMCI down 4.6% or so, doing kind of a retest here, potentially. NVIDIA down 2%, but we did get buying pressure throughout the day. That's why it's a green candlestick and still down. So it gapped lower. Buyers came and bought it up. We are underneath resistance, though. And if we don't want to break through this guy there and create a new low. So a topping pattern, what you generally see is you'll see a top here. Point number 2, it could be a double top, is where you don't create a new higher high. You come down and then you create a new lower, a lower low, and that is a trend reversal. So 1 is the breakout here, 2 is that peak, and then 3 is the break, creating a new lower low. We'll see if that occurs though. Bitcoin down, we're up above support still. Ethereum down bigger, and we're starting to lose the support area here. A pretty big selling day, but we do get some buyers come in and create that wick. And then MicroStrategy, this still looks bullish to go up, so it has a chance to move on up with Bitcoin. Still looks bullish. This setup in the circle there does. And then the VIX coming down 1.8%. It looks like it was coming up. Maybe the plunge protection team got in there and bought some shares, try to tamper down this volatility. It's definitely possible. But that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website. Discount is the coupon code if you like a discount, which most people do, obviously. And that's all I've got. So we'll catch you later. This is Finding Value.